Hello and welcome back, or for those of you that have never seen me before, hello. I am Jess and I am the owner of So Much More, which is a small dressmaking fabric shop based in Tavistock, Devon. So this video is part 2 of the new fabrics that we have had in. So we've had so many new fabrics in over the last fortnight that I wasn't able to put them all into one video, so I've split it. So last week you had part 1 and this video is part 2, where I'm going to be showing you the rest of them that you haven't seen. I'll show you how they move and give you some pattern suggestions for all of them. So I'm just going to jump straight in. Now, we have actually had another fabric delivery since last week's video. It's only small. There's only about 6 extra fabrics, but I'm going to start with those ones because the reason that they were late in arriving, because I actually ordered them with the same fabric rep that I ordered the other ones from, and they've taken, like an extra week to come, is because these actually come from Europe. I'm pretty sure the company is German, so it's just taken a little bit longer to get through customs and all of that jazz. But these fabrics are a bit different, which is why I really like them. But like I said, there's only a handful, so I'm going to show you those ones and then I'll show you the rest of the ones that I didn't show you last week. Hopefully that makes sense. So this one here I absolutely love. So it's a border print. Now anytime I get a border print in, you guys seem to really love them. They're not that common, so they're not actually that easy to get, but when I come across them I immediately get them because I just think they're so nice and they're quite unique, aren't they? So this is 100% viscose and this is the brown border print. But if I bring it up, you can see. So it's like sorry, excuse my nails. I'm getting my nails done tomorrow and it's really bothering me because I've lost one. Anyway, so you've got this paisley print here. So it's like a off-white cream background and then this blue and brown paisley design kind of in the top section, and then down here you've got the border print. I'll bring it up again so you can see. So it's the blues and the browns, they tone really nicely together. So now the border print is on both sides. Sometimes it's not, but if I step back you can see. So it's on that side, but it's also on that side. So you've got kind of like the top and bottom. But how pretty does that look when I step back like that? So pretty. So like I was saying, it is a viscose. Now I'm going to hang this way around. But just because I want to show you how it moves. It's so lightweight. I just think, the drape on this is really, really nice. So you can use this border print to your full advantage and have this kind of at the bottom of whatever you choose to make. So think of like wide-legged trousers or a skirt. You'd want this border print, let me open it up again, you'd want that border print along the hem. I think they're really cute. So then you'd have the paisley print as the main part of the skirt or trousers or whatever it is you're doing. But it means basically you can strategically place your pattern pieces to use the border print to its full advantage. I just think it's really cute. So 100% viscose. This one is £10 per metre. And it's also a very, very soft viscose. Like it feels really nice. I love this one. Then I have got a couple of viscose jerseys to show you. So the first one is this one. How fun is that? So this is called Groovy Flowers and it's this purple background with these bright blue flowers all over it. When I bring that up to camera, it's distorting the colour. This is more the true colour. When I bring it up, can you see how that's making it slightly darker? It's a real nice, bright, vibrant design. I love the print. I just think it's so much fun. Look at that. So, hang on, let me undo it a little bit more. So it's a viscose jersey. So 95 or 6%, I can't remember, viscose, and then 4 or 5% elastane. So you can see it's really drapey, it's got loads of movement to it, but it also has stretch, which is always a good thing. So let me bring it up so you can see. It's really nice and stretchy. So it's got about approximately 50% stretch. So yeah, really nice and stretchy, but also it's got movement, so it's not too stiff. It's not like a rigid cotton jersey. It's got more movement than that. So great for dresses or anything where you need it to have a little bit of swish. And then the other viscose jersey I've got is, I think this one's my favourite. I love it. It's also really soft. How cool is this? So what did I call this one? Like marbled floral or something like that. I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen. But it's this green. That is not showing up the true colour there. But it's this green floral design, but it's like a distressed floral. It's I don't know how to describe that. But the colour is more what you see back here. I think when I bring things up to the actual close-up camera, it can kind of change the colour a little bit. But yeah, it's quite a warm green. So yeah, more kind of like this. But I just thought it was really different, really unique. But this one specifically is so unbelievably soft. Like, it almost feels like velvet. It is that soft. I absolutely love this. So yeah, you can see really drapey, but just like the other one, it is going to be nice and stretchy. Let me get this. Hang on. So it's really nice and stretchy. Again, approximately 50%. There might even be slightly more stretch to this one, but it's the feel of this. I know obviously you can't feel it through the screen, but just trust me, this feels so unbelievably soft. Like I said, it is, I don't know if you can kind of see like the slight texture. It's not a texture. I don't know how to describe what I mean, but it's just soft. Believe me, it is one of the softest fabrics I think we've ever had. And both of these are £12 a metre, which for a viscose jersey, I don't think is too bad. In terms of pattern suggestions, dresses, t-shirts, anything that you just need, you want the stretch, but you need a little bit of flow to them. So something like the Friday Pattern Company Westcliff dress, or the True Bias, what's it called? The True Bias Nico. I think this would look amazing as that, like quite a tight fitting long dress. I think would look amazing in this print specifically. So yeah, they're the two new viscose jerseys. I've just realised I was lying when I said there were the two new viscose jerseys, because I've got one more. This one is one that came in last week that I didn't show you. So this is, I can pick it up. Look at that. So this is called Ink Splotch, and it is a viscose jersey. So it's, how do I describe this? So it's navy, not black. I don't know if the camera's making that look black. It's navy and grey, like the back. No, if you can really see that. This lighter colour is grey, but it's got like a slight stripe running through it, and then it's got this like ink style splotchy design all over it, which I just thought was quite different. So if you're not into floral, then this is quite a nice one, because I know not everyone loves a like flower print, but it's exactly the same in that it's really nice, flowy, drapey, feels really nice. It's also very soft, this one as well. I'll bring it up so that you can see the stretch. But again, it should be the same as the others. It is the same as the others in that it has approximately 50% stretch, so it is really, really nice and stretchy. The only difference with this one, I'm going to check I'm telling you the right thing, is that the composition is slightly different. So the composition of this one is 82% polyester and 18% lycra. So it's not a viscose elastane mix, it's a polyester elastane mix, but it still has the like properties of a traditional viscose jersey. It's just actually made of polyester instead. But yeah, super, super soft, and yeah, really, really cute. So now that is all of the viscose jerseys that have arrived. Next, I've got some cottons to show you. Now, these 3 cottons are a little bit unusual, which is why I got them, because I think it's nice to have things that are a little bit different. So the first one is this lime spots cotton. Now, it's really, really difficult to show the true colour of this. It's kind of that, it's slightly less green in real life than what's showing up there, but it's a really nice lime green cotton with these spots all over it, but then it's also got this textured design to it. Can you see that there? So it is cotton, but it's super soft, and it actually feels kind of like a double gauze, but slightly lighter weight. So you can see it has got drape and movement, so more so than what a double gauze would, which you can see there, but it's got this really fun spot design all over it. So when it's like this, you can see that they're kind of in squares. The actual dots, the design of the dots goes into squares. I just thought it was really different and really unique. So this one didn't come with very much on the bolt, which you can see there. I think it only had about 7 meters, so I don't expect this one to last very long, but I do love it. So yeah, this one is £10 a metre. The next one is, I got it just because I couldn't resist the colours. Just love the colours of this. So this is called Vintage Flower Bed. I think that's what I called it. I'll put it up on screen. But it's a cream coloured background, and then it's got these really pretty flowers. Quite a large design, to be fair. So that's my hand for reference. So it's got this nice bright pink flower. You've got these really pretty teals. This is an orange. Now, actually, when I'm looking on the screen to one here, in real life, it's more vibrant. This orange is slightly deeper than what is showing up on screen. It's a bit more, yeah, a bit more vibrant in real life, but it's 100% cotton. I just love it. These colours are so up my street. So it's more like a cotton poplin, this one. So you can see it hasn't got much movement to it. It kind of falls back to its original position. It is the wider width, so it's 145 centimetres wide. This one is also £10 a metre. But how cute is that? I think for summer. And this will also gather up really nicely. So you can see, imagine that gathered up into a nice skirt. So I'm trying to think of a pattern for this. Let me look over there, see if I can give you some inspiration. Something like, actually, the Closet Core Knits dress, that could look quite cool because that's got multiple levels of gather, so you can do as much or as little as you want. I think that would look really nice. Or the Friday Pattern Company Saguero set, this would be quite rigid for that, so it wouldn't have much movement, but I think the effect would look quite cool in this kind of design. And then the other one I've got out for you here to show you, again, really different, and I just couldn't resist it. Now, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I just thought it was so fun. You probably can't see what that is, can you? They're little croissants. How cute is that? So it's a white background, and then it's got these tiny little croissants all over it. It's just so fun. And yeah, like I said, I know it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but how cute is that? So this is a cotton, again, it's more like a cotton poplin, so it's not got drape or movement to it, which you can see there, but I think this would be amazing as a shirt or like an overshirt, however you want to wear it. So something like the Closet Core Jenna would look really good. In fact, to be honest, I went shopping with my mum the other day and she bought an oversized shirt, white like this, but it had lemons all over it, so it's kind of the same style as that, but you could have croissants. I just think so cute and just really fun. So sticking with the cotton theme for a minute, I've also had in some cotton lawns. How cool are these? So this comes in 2 colorways. So this one's called Moroccan Tiles. This is the olive colorway. So this background here is like a deep olive, kind of khaki color green, and then you've got these pink and cream tile design all over it. I think the design's really different, but it's a cotton lawn, so 100% cotton, but it has got a bit more movement than like a cotton poplin would. So you've got kind of the best of both worlds. It's not too slippy like a viscose, but it also isn't too rigid for like some certain cottons can be. These are all 140 centimeters wide and £14 a meter. So like I said, this is the olive colorway, and it also comes in a navy. So it's exactly the same, but navy background. I think my camera might be making that look a bit black, but it is a navy blue background. And then it's a mixture of pale pink, kind of like a lilac-y pale pink. You've got cream, and then actually in here, this colour here is actually like a really pretty mint colour. Just very pretty. And yeah, not too, again, floral. If you don't want flowers, then this is quite a nice design. You could also actually quilt this quite nicely, couldn't you? Because of the way you could just pick out some of the squares and quilt those. I think they'd be like quite nice for a quilted jacket. You know, the Megan Nielsen Hovia, if you did like a lightweight version, I think they would look quite cool if you quilted them. And then the third cotton lawn I have got for you is one that we have had before, and it has been very popular, but this is a different colour than the one we had before, and I think you guys are going to really like it. So we've had this before. So this is called Betsy. This is the navy colourway. We've had this before in the white colourway. We are now out of stock of the white, but I've got this one instead, and I just absolutely love it. It very much looks like Liberty, but it's not Liberty, and it doesn't have the price tag of Liberty. So it's £14 per metre, but it's, yeah, this navy background with these amazing, these pops of red really stand out, don't they? I'll stand back with this so that you can see the overall design. Can you see how nice that red pops out, stands out? Really great, really cute. So I made in the white version of this, let me grab it, I made the Tilly and the Buttons Marnie. I'll bring it up so you can see it has actually got the pin tucks on it as well. But yeah, there's oh god, I nearly tripped over then. There's lots you can do with this, but the Marnie does work really nice because the sleeves stand out nicely. The other one I think would look really good is the Friday Pattern Company Sagebrush top, because I think the sleeves on that one in a cotton lawn, the sleeves are going to stand and hold their shape really nicely. We've also had a really good selection of new viscose fabrics come in. So the first one I've got for you is the Khaki Zebra print. I love this. I absolutely love this. I think this is screaming out to be made into some kind of co-ord set. I can really just see this. So I'll bring it up. So khaki coloured background with a black zebra style pattern all over it. I would say in real life the green is warmer. I think the camera is washing that out a little bit. It's a slightly warmer khaki green. I'll step back for you so you can see the overall design of this. But yeah, I can really see this as a co-ord. So something like the Friday Pattern Company Saguero is, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Hopefully you know the one I mean. Something like that, or the Tilly and the Buttons SD. Along those lines, I think this would look so good as that. Imagine that with a nice tan whilst you're on holiday. I think it would be perfect. So yeah, that one is 140 centimetres wide and is £10 per metre, this one. Next, we've got this one here, which, let me just undo it, is called Inky Paisley. So it's like a paisley print, but looks kind of inky. Sometimes naming fabrics is one of the hardest parts of the job, but hopefully you'll see what I mean and why I named it that. So it's kind of this overall paisley print, but it's not a real clear in your face paisley. So it is a blue, and if I bring it up close enough, can you see that actually the blue has got stripes running through it? So it's a blue, and actually I think it's a black stripe running down the back. Yeah, I think you can see that when I bring it up nice and close. You step back with this one as well. So this is actually kind of similar to the one that we had in a few months ago that I made the sample for the shop. I've got it here. What's it called? The Paper Theory Zadie jumpsuit. This is quite similar to that fabric. I'll show you that one just so you can see what I mean. It's quite similar. It's obviously not quite as bold, the colour, but it's quite a similar design overall. So that obviously would work really nicely. The next one is called Pink Dalmatians. Now this has actually been very popular since it arrived last week. It's really cute and perfect for summer. So it's white background, and then it's got this really nice, like a really nice pink, like a hot pink Dalmatian style print all over it. I just think for summer it's really cute, really, really fun. And I think there's a lot you can do with this. I think a skirt would look good. So that new Tilly and the Buttons Luella, I think could look really nice for summer. I'm going to show you because I was asked this last week, so I feel like there may be more of you that want to know whether this is see-through or not. So it's not super see-through. I think it would depend what you were making, whether you needed to line it or not. So let me undo it a tiny bit more. So I think if you're making something with lots of gathers, the fabric is quite thick. It's not like a really flimsy viscose. So if you're making something with lots of gathers, then you probably don't need to line it. But if you're making something that is really close, so you can see the stripes of my top through here. Obviously it is black, so this is the darkest you're ever going to get. But when it's pulled tight, you can see the black stripes. Whereas when it's just, so it's still on me, but it's not pulled tight, you can't see the stripes. Does that make sense? So it depends what you're making as to whether I think you need to line it or not. So it's definitely not like a really thin see-through viscose, but it is white, and white is always ever so slightly see-through, isn't it? No matter what, really. So yeah, that's my advice on that one. Sorry, it's not particularly clear, but I think it just depends. The next one is called Blue Liies, and it looks like this. How pretty is that? So it's a navy background, and then it's got these pale blue lilies all over it, and then it's got some leaves all behind it. I just think it's so pretty. This one is it feels really nice. It's one of those viscose that feels quite satiny. But let me just show you. Nice and drapey, loads of movement. But yeah, it is one of those designs that it's got that slight sheen to it. It's not super shiny, but it just, yeah, it feels slightly satiny. So those last three, I meant to say, those last three were all £8 per metre. So they're all really nice and affordable. And then the final one of this pile is, it's not actually a viscose, it's actually a polyester, but it behaves in exactly the same way as a viscose, and I do love this. I've obviously got a bit of a thing about co-ords at the moment, because every time I see certain fabrics, I'm like, I want to make a co-ord in that. So this one is called Caramel Stripe. So it's a black background, and sorry, it's hard to hold this because it's quite heavy. Black background, and then you've got this brown kind of caramelly colour stripe. This is a cream stripe, and then this tiny small stripe next to the cream. It's actually a blue. I don't know if, can you see that when I bring it up? It's actually a very thin line of blue, and I just really like this. I think trousers in this, wide legged trousers in this would look so good for summer. You could even do like a matching shirt in this, but like I said, it is a polyester, but you can see it has the same amount of movement and drape as all the ones I've shown you before that were viscose. So it does behave exactly the same way. And I'm just going to double check. Oh, dropped it. It is £4 per half metre. So yeah, it is £8 a metre like all the other ones. This bolt is so heavy. So yeah, that's my little selection of viscose fabrics. I've also got some new cotton jersey fabrics. So same design, 3 different colours. So this is the green spots. Now, if you've been around for a while before I had this YouTube channel, you probably recognise these because we have had these in before, but I think it was a good year, maybe 2 years ago that we had some of these in, but I managed to get some again. So this is the green one. So it's a really nice like dusky green background, and then you've got these white spots all over it. They are cotton jerseys, so they're not like the viscose jerseys earlier that I showed you that have got drape. These are much more, you can see they go back to their original position. Much more, what's the word? Let's see, when I do these videos I end up just not having a proper functioning brain by the end of it, and I can't think of the words. I don't mean rigid, I mean they've got more body is what I mean. But really nice and stretchy as you'd want it to be. So great for t-shirts or pyjamas. In fact, I've actually made quite a few years ago now, I actually made a pair of pyjamas in these. I made the Tilly and the Buttons. Now I cannot remember what it was called, out of her book. What was it called? It was out of her stretch book, and the pyjamas were called Juno. I think that's might have been what they were called. I'll put a picture. But I really love those pyjamas actually. So this is nice and soft as well, and they wash and wear great. So that is the green colour, and then we've also got it in 2 other colours. So we've got this dusky pink. It's really pretty, like dusky kind of rose colour with the little white spots, and then it also comes in white. So it's a white background with black spots, whereas obviously the other 2 had the white spots. This one has white spots, but I love this. I love a white background fabric just in general. So these ones are all 95% cotton, 5% elastane, 150 centimeters wide, so really nice and wide, and they are all £15 a metre. But like I said, they do wash and wear really well, so perfect for everyday t-shirts, so something like the True Bias Rio t-shirt is a great like classic t-shirt pattern, or something like pajamas, like I was just saying, because like I said, they wash and wear really, really well. Now that is all of the new fabrics that we have had arrive over the last couple of weeks. The only other thing I want to mention is that we have had quite a few restocks. So for example, this red and pink leopard print polyester fabric that we had in a month or two ago, that sold out really quickly, is now back in stock. So I'm not going to go through all the ones that are back in stock, but just to let you know that on our website we do have a back in stock section. So if you are ever waiting for something, now I don't always repeat on every fabric, but certain fabrics, if I can get them, I will. So if you are ever waiting for something to show up or hoping, then check the back in stock section, and they'll be listed there. So we've got this one, we've got the oranges, the viscose linen oranges that was really popular, that's back in stock. We've got a couple of classic viscose spots that are always really popular, they're back in stock. So yeah, just go and have a look there if you are waiting for anything, or alternatively do message me if you've got your eye on something and you're wanting it back in. Like I said, I can't always get fabrics again, but if I can, then I tend to. So if there's anything you have your eye on, then yeah, please do let me know. But anyway, that is the end of this video. That is all of those new fabrics. I really hope you liked them. Let me know which ones are your favourites. I'd love to know. And yeah, everything is available on our website as usual. And I really hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in next week's video. Bye.